Welcome to this tutorial on operator overloading in Kotlin. In this video, we'll explore how to define custom behavior for operators, allowing you to write more expressive and intuitive code for your custom classes. Operator overloading allows you to define custom behavior for standard operators like plus, minus, times, divide, and equals on your own classes. The key requirement is to use the operator modifier on your function declarations. For example, to overload the plus operator, you would write operator funPlus with the appropriate parameters and return type. Let's start with unary operators. Unary plus and unary minus work on a single operand. In this example, we have a point data class with x and y coordinates. By defining unary plus, we return a point with positive values. Unary minus returns a point with negated coordinates. When we apply plus operator to a point with values 10 and negative 20, it remains the same. When we apply minus operator, the signs are flipped to negative 10 and 20. Next, we have increment and decrement operators. These are commonly used with counters. In our counter class, we define the inc function to return a new counter with the value increased by 1. Similarly, the dec function decreases the value by 1. When you use the double plus operator on a counter, it increments the value. The double minus operator decrements it. These operators create new immutable instances rather than modifying the existing object. Binary operators work with two operands. Here we have a vector class with x and y components. The plus operator takes another vector and adds the corresponding components together. The times operator multiplies the vector by a scalar value, scaling both x and y when we add vector 1 with coordinates 3, 4, and vector 2 with coordinates 1, 2, we get a result of 4, 6. Multiplying vector 1 by 3 scales it to 9, 12. For comparison operators, Kotlin uses the comparable interface. In this version class, we implement compare to method which returns an integer. If the major versions differ, we compare them. Otherwise, we compare the minor versions. This single method automatically enables all comparison operators like greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. Version 2.1 is greater than version 2.0 because the minor version is larger. Index access operators let you use square bracket notation on your classes. This grid class stores data in a one-dimensional array, but provides a two-dimensional interface. The get operator retrieves a value at coordinates x, y by calculating the correct array index. The set operator assigns a value to the specified position. You can then use grid with square brackets for both reading and writing values, just like a two-dimensional array. The invoke operator is unique because it allows you to call an object like a function. In this greeter class, we define invoke to take a name parameter and return a greeting string. After creating a greeter instance, we can call it directly with parentheses, passing different names. This makes the object behave like a callable function, which is useful for creating function-like objects with state. The contains operator enables the in keyword for membership testing. Our dateRange class checks if a date falls within the start and end bounds. The range to operator allows creating ranges with the double dot syntax. When we check if 5 is in the range from 1 to 10, it returns true. Checking if 15 is in the range returns false because it's outside the bounds. Let's wrap up with some best practices. Use operator overloading when it makes operations intuitive and natural for your domain. Maintain mathematical consistency, such as associativity and commutativity where appropriate. Keep operator behavior predictable and aligned with conventions that users expect. Avoid using operators for non-obvious or confusing operations, as this can make your code harder to understand. When used properly, operator overloading makes your Kotlin code more elegant and expressive.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.